Welcome to another episode of Frame by Frame, a series dedicated to the craft of filmmaking. They say a good director is always thinking about the edit, how one shot or scene will cut into the next. Few directors, however, seem to give the edit as much thought as Steven Spielberg, especially in terms of his scene transitions. You see, Spielberg often finds ingenious ways to link scenes together, typically with in-camera effects. So, today, we'll look at several of Spielberg's films to see how the world's most famous director transports you from one scene to the next. First, though, let's define what scene transitions are. Scott! They're visual or auditory devices that help shift the audience from one scene to the next. Now, yes, editing effects like cross dissolves, wipes, and whatever the hell this is, can be used to transition between scenes. Spielberg, though, tends to create his own transitions in camera. His go-to technique? The match cut. That's when the composition, movement, or audio in one shot is duplicated in the next. Spielberg uses this technique here in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Melinda Dillon moves to her TV. Next, Spielberg match cuts to Richard Dreyfuss watching the same program in a different location. Then, Spielberg match cuts back to Melinda's TV. These are graphic matches, meaning the two compositions are designed to closely resemble each other. Spielberg uses this same type of match cut here in Schindler's List. And here again, at the beginning of the same film. This is another graphic match. We cut from one vertical plume of smoke to another. This time, though, Spielberg adds camera movement into the mix. The camera tilts up in one shot, then down in the next. While the camera movement has been reversed, the continuity of motion along the y-axis remains intact, which irons out the cut, making it seamless. Here, in Hook, Spielberg uses camera movement and a graphic match to create a more complex transition. Sometimes, though, Spielberg uses camera movement to create subtle transitions, like this one from Schindler's List. There's no graphic match here. Spielberg just pans the camera right to follow Ben Kingsley, then he cuts, and the camera continues panning right to follow Ralph Fiennes in another location. But Spielberg doesn't rely on camera movement alone to sell his match cuts. He'll frequently use actor movement to aid the cut as well. Take this scene from Close Encounters. Indian natives point to the sky, then that vertical motion is continued as these academics stand and clap in the next scene. Later in the same film, we see a door shut on Melinda Dillon, cut to another door opening on Richard Dreyfuss. Or take this transition in Hook. Charlie Korsmo moves to catch a baseball, then we see Robin Williams catch a cell phone back at his office, before doing his best Steven Spielberg impression. Spielberg will often end a scene with one sound, and then start the next with a similar one. He also tends to pair this sound bridge with a graphic match. To show you what I mean, here's a great example from Jurassic Park 2. This one's complex, so let's break it down. There's a graphic match, the woman screaming, then Jeff Goldblum yawning. Both images also feature a tropical background, one real, one artificial. Now, listen to that audio. The woman's scream transitions into the sound of the subway screeching rails. Spielberg uses a simplified version of the same transition in E.T., a graphic match with an audio bridge. This transition from Schindler's List, however, deviates from that formula. The bulb is smashed, there's the slap, then we see Liam Neeson clapping. There's no matching visuals, just a series of corresponding sounds that stitch these scenes together. Spielberg even uses complex lighting cues to create scene transitions. Here's an example from Hook.
I'm a daddy. My happy thought. I got it. I found it.
Now, like I said before, good directors are always thinking about the edit, how one shot flows into another, how one scene links to the next. Scene transitions are evidence of that thought process. What's so striking about Spielberg's transitions, though, is their creativity. Almost all of them are done in camera, and they're typically multifaceted, constructed with a combination of graphic, motion, and audio matches. Now sure, Steven Spielberg is one of the richest filmmakers alive, but if he's ever had a wealth of anything, it's imagination. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure to subscribe to this channel, Film Theory, for more fantastic film-related content. If you'd like to check out more Frame by Frame, click the frame to the left. Or if you'd like to check out a Film Theory episode, click the frame to the right. And until next time, my name is Kyle, and this has been Frame by Frame.